blame, you mad at
I've been getting on my BNB and stacking these. Pairing it with EMP and then I'm LP. How to get myself up back before the bull run. How to take some me should stick it in the ballroom. I've been getting on my BNB and stacking these. Pairing it with EMP and then I'm LP. How to get myself up back before the bull run. How to take some me should stick it in the ballroom. E-pop got me waiting 3 more hours. Sticking all these years higher than a tower. Having all these nodes feel like superpowers. Investing all this bread, never been a coward. Call me Mr. Bond, money in the vault. I stay in the front, feeling like the goal. Don't worry about the haters, not the detonator. I'll kill in every market, call me Terminator. I've been getting on my BNB and stacking these. Pairing it with EMP and then I'm LP. How to get myself up back before the bull run. Me should stick it in the ballroom. I've been getting on my BNB and stacking these. Pairing it with EMP and then I'm LP. How to get myself up back before the bull run. How to take some me should stick it in the ballroom.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to EMP Money. My name is AJ, I am the team lead here, and this is our daily live AMA and rollover events. Although we haven't been really getting to the rollover because we're trying to get as much info as possible in these AMAs. And again, today's another action-packed presentation. The markets are bleeding out. We have a lot to go over with that. EMP is still looking very healthy, all things considered. But again, remember to compound in Detonator. You have about 7 minutes left. So we will not be going over that today because we have just so much going on. We'll give you a 1-minute warning as well. But without further ado, we're going to jump right in. I'm joined by LA, one of our team members, as well as Bull Gates. Bull, my co-host with the most. How are you, Bull?
Well, bro, it's scary. It's cold and wet, but we're warm and fuzzy here. We're safe, we're secure, and we're ready for liftoff. So let's get going.
Awesome, brother. Yeah, man, no doubt. Again, never a dull moment in crypto, that is for sure. And one thing I do want to get to before anything else, though, is a very special guest today. One of the team leads from Hypermine or Growth DeFi, an amazing partnership that we put together. Ghost is here, and a lot of you have been asking for a little more info, in regards to Xperps and what they're building. I wanted to bring him on. Ghost, are you there, brother? Oh, maybe, I think you're unmuted, or I allowed you to talk, but you may have to unmute. Sorry. You there, brother? Try again.
Okay, there we go.
Hey, there he is. All right, awesome, bro.
Hey.
Yeah, how are you, man?
I'm excellent. How are you guys?
Awesome, brother. Really good. So, again, thanks for joining us, bro. I know our schedule, both of our schedules have been insane, but I appreciate you jumping on really fast. And so, to refresh everyone's memory, Growth DeFi is our second official partner as Detonator as a service. They have the Cultivator, and on a side note, the Cultivator has been absolutely killing it. It's paying over 1% a day right now, so if you guys are not in Cultivator, you are missing out for sure. And correct me too if I'm wrong, Ghost, but I think there's been over $1 million that has been deposited into Cultivator as well, right?
Yeah, that's right. And I think right now the pool balance, which is the metric I'm looking more so at, is about 450,000 right now. You had a little decline today because of the token went down a little bit with the broader market, but yeah, we're doing well. We're really excited about it. We think it's got a really good future, and we can't wait to see what happens when we can start to really showcase our token, because the underlying aspect of this that's so great is the token itself. You know, the
For sure.
deflationary and low circulation and all that. So once that really starts to shine, you know, cultivators are going to really take off.
Yeah, no doubt, Ghost. And I know we talked about this on the AMA when we announced this partnership. You know, that the token XGrow that's the half of the pair in Cultivator, like Ghost was just alluding to, it's deflationary and it has one of the lowest supplies out of any detonator as a service that we've done. And so what you're going to see is a potential massive supply shock once the momentum comes back. We're already seeing it happen. I mean, again, the overall markets are down. You know, we're building positions right now when things are down, but you know, it takes very little movement with a low supply token to really have it go bananas. So yeah, man, we're super excited for that. And so really, what I wanted to talk about today was the single staking pool on experts for EMP. So you want to go into that real quick and maybe just say like a quick overview and also the different bonuses if you choose to compound rather than withdraw. So yeah.
Yeah. So we have what's called our circle of yield or endless money regeneration loop. Kind of goes like this. So you come to the farm and you deposit your you can do XGrow or you can do EMP into the single stake yield farm. From there, you get XPerps as dividends for staking. What you can do then is use your XPerps gain to either compound for more XPerps. You can compound into tier 3 or 4. They have different deposit and withdrawal fees. They also pay more XPerps, more allocation, or more emissions for those farms, depending on the fee. You can compound into there for more XPerps, or you can go ahead and deposit into the virtual staking on the XGrow staking page with those XPerps. From there, what you do is you get profit in XGrow, where you can claim or compound into the XGrow VDCs. If you compound into the VDCs, you get a 20% bonus, which basically covers the in and out fees of the VDCs themselves. VDCs are like a virtual deposit contract that has a fixed deposit and withdrawal used to feed the drip pool. Holders take part in that. It's kind of a long explanation. I don't know how deep you want me to get into it, but you know, according to the share in the VDC, it pays out 1% daily to stakers. The whole idea is that once you're in, you stay in long enough to cover the in and out fees, then you're in profit and getting a nice reward daily with no detonation or claim fees at the end of that process. Okay, so you know, once you receive the XGrow, then you can start the entire process all over again by depositing that XGrow right back into the farms to basically generate more XPerps and just continue that cycle over and over again as long as you want, basically.
Yeah.
So.
No, I love it, man. Yeah, and again, I mean, we can do a deep dive. If you guys really want us to do a standalone video on this, we can. I know a lot of the community has been asking, but at the end of the day, not only is this an amazing opportunity for those that are in EMP to use their EMP to yield without selling it, because as we've said all along as well, Growth DeFi has a large position in our ecosystem, so it's a win-win for everybody. I mean, they want our protocol to succeed just like we want their protocol to succeed. So not only has it been an earning potential, but it's also a partnership in the health of both ecosystems. So yeah, brother, we're really excited. Again, if you guys have more info or more questions rather, you guys are most active on Telegram, right, Ghost?
Yes.
All right, so
we're not really.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, sorry, I was gonna say we'll post the Telegram link. I know you guys are always super helpful in your Telegram. And we'll work on a standalone video as well that really demonstrates all this. But the idea is that you take your EMP or buy XGrow off the market. You're able to stake it and then earn a yield based on, compounding, rather than just using it as a reward token. And anybody accumulating now, could see massive gains, when, the markets turn around, and things look good. So when we say don't sell EMP, this is a perfect example of just one of the many things you can do with your EMP, to actually earn more, than just dumping it, and that helps all of us. So yeah, Ghost, I'm really excited, bro. Any other alpha or anything you want our community, to know about with what you guys have going on, or?
Well, we're always building and adding things. We are getting ready to add the bonds. Actually, this coming week here. What that's going to be is a further opportunity to take your EMP or XGrow and probably MDB. We're probably going to be adding an MDB farm as well. We're
I
talking
love
to
it.
them about that right now.
Yes,
Yep.
brother.
And
There's some alpha
yeah.
for you, right? Yeah, yes.
Yep. Yeah, you bet. You bet. And then so you're going to be able to take any of those tokens and deposit those into a bond, and that pool will be replenished and sustained by withdrawal fees when people claim from the farms themselves. There's a 20% tax for claiming as opposed to compounding, and that will be self-regenerating. So people depositing into those bonds will, let's say at the end of 30 days, they'll split up whatever share is in that pot, essentially. So that's just one more opportunity to use your EMP or your XGrow instead of selling it, and make further income. So
totally. All right, awesome, brother.
Yep.
Well, again, man, we're really excited for what the future holds. Even now, like I said, Cultivator is an absolute monster. Out of all the detonators as a service, Cultivator is paying the best at the moment. So again, if you guys aren't exposed to that, definitely go check it out. And then yeah, if you want somewhere to put your EMP, to help you earn even more, while not selling it and helping, not only your own bags but the entire protocol, then this is an amazing option. So all right, Ghost. Well, again, man, I really appreciate you jumping on. I know, both of our schedules, have been pretty tight, so I don't want to keep you too long, but we'll work on a tutorial video, as well, about this. But if anybody has further questions, please join the Growth DeFi Telegram. We'll put the link in all of our socials, right now. So all right, awesome, Ghost. Appreciate you, brother. Anything else you want to add before you go?
Yeah, we're going to come out with a Medium article that kind of explains a little more in detail that process I just outlined, kind of the infinite money loop type situation.
Perfect.
So, more of the intricacies of that, so people can kind of grasp that a little better.
All right, yeah, man. I think that would really help. Again, I know even some of the DeFi OGs, forget about how to actually yield in the most optimal way possible. So yeah, I think that'd be amazing, man. A Medium article, and then I can run through it on one of the AMAs live, to demonstrate. So all right, cool.
You bet.
Yeah. All right, guys.
Thank you so much.
All right, man. Take it easy,
Awesome.
bro. All right, brother.
You bet.
All
Thanks,
right,
AJ.
all
All right.
bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, everybody, there you have it. Again, Growth DeFi, the same guys behind Hypermine and Xperps, amazing guys. They are very supportive in our protocol, and they have major bags in our protocol as well, which again, that is a great thing because they want EMP to succeed, just like we want them to succeed. So they offer many opportunities for our investors to get involved with them, and vice versa. Again, Cultivator absolutely killing it as well. So, all right, that was the AMA with Ghost from Growth DeFi. Again, we'll be working on more info, about everything we just talked about, for those that want to get involved. And please feel free to reach out to them on their socials. But today is going to be basically an overview of the market, some other frequently asked questions that you all have had. If you do have questions, please feel free to jump on the Telegram voice or type your comments below as well. But we have seen the market take an absolute dump over the last 48 hours, 24 to 48 hours. We saw a bit of a relief rally this morning, and then the floor fell out again. So, unfortunately, again, that's out of our control. I think that, all of us have been talking on these AMAs for months now that, we could definitely see a double bottom. I think that there is more pain in store before we get to the next bull run. And I think we're seeing that play out right now. Usually towards the end of the year, after October, there is another dump anyway, and then things finally start to recover. So I don't think we're out of the woods. Again, I think, unfortunately, there is more pain in store. However, now is the time to accumulate. And again, we've said it over and over and over again, not financial advice, but the most money is made in these bear cycles where you can accumulate Ethereum at $1,000 or $1,200, and you can build your BNB positions as well. And that's another thing we'll talk about in a minute after we get into more market. But BNB has been a freaking all-star. That has really held extremely well. Again, there's been a lot of FUD around FTX or the FTT token. They are insolvent now, is what it looks like. And BNB or Binance is actually probably going to acquire them, which is insanely bullish. Again, CZ and Binance and the BNB chain, I mean, they have been killing it. And now, not only do you have exposure to Ethereum in our protocol, but you have exposure to BNB through eShare and the Reactor protocol, or contract rather. So again, we are a one-stop shop with exposure to the two largest, blue chip tokens outside of Bitcoin, and that's even an argument. I think we could see ETH and maybe even BNB, flip BTC at some point. So again, we're all here to make gains. Now is the time to accumulate. But Bull, you're amazing at market sentiment, and I know you do a lot of research. I'm sure you've been reading a lot of articles today. Anything you want to mention about the overall landscape and what we can do to make the best of it?
So like I kind of jumped in at the very beginning there and said it's cold, it's wet, because it's really cold and wet and rainy here, really kind of a nasty weather day, which is, perfectly highlights kind of the what's going on in the market and everything. And, it's sort of why I talk about this TMI, too much information, and being involved in, 10 different projects. And the exchanges are great. They really helped, obviously build the crypto market. But I think, maybe these exchanges, even with all the brain power they have, they tend to get carried away with the things that they do, the projects that they get involved with funding. And it shows how well Binance has managed what they've done and what they've added to the industry. And the reason I want to talk about that a little bit is because Binance really kind of came out of nowhere. They've been they've been both aggressive and conservative in the way that they've managed their funds, and they're always a target of somebody, but they've done really well. The BNB token, I think the pre-sale on it was 5 cents, if I'm not mistaken. It might have been a little bit different than that, but nobody thought, this is a pile of garbage, et cetera, et cetera. A lot of people really, kind of crap on the BNB chain or the Binance Smart Chain, however it as. But no other entity has managed to be as successful as Binance, both in terms of launching an exchange, managing a chain, and sure, they had the problem with their validator node a couple months ago with the big hack. But they've always remained solvent. They've always done their part to encourage building on their chain, and they're always working towards like getting better. And when I look at it, like, like Elon Musk or not, like they're involved with the Twitter acquisition, like with $500 million, investment in that. And so, why is that important? Well, it's important because, we need, as people that are in crypto, we need like a medium that everybody knows about, where crypto isn't going to be censored. And Binance is doing their part with that. They're doing, like the BNB chain has done amazing, right? Like we couldn't run this project on ETH. It just wouldn't work. I think there was a bunch of projects that have tried to run like this on ETH, but it doesn't work. And so when I look at it, I look at all the amazing things that BNB Chain has offered and Binance has offered to the space. And, I'm happy that we're here, because this project is really surviving and thriving. And, you might question that, like, hey, Bill Gates, we're at 0.75 peg and, the market looks like, like a train wreck. But if you look at the number of projects in DeFi that have failed over the past X number of days and months and, weeks and months, we are doing amazing, in this landscape. And even the biggest of projects failed. Most people thought that, or always attributed, that Sam Bankman-Fried, that's right, SBF, was always one of the smartest guys in crypto, and maybe he is, but the reality now is it doesn't look like it. And it doesn't matter how well people perceive you. It really matters how well the things is functioning. And this project has been humming along for 9 months in a bear market, mind you. We've all been able to earn. We've all been, like AJ has really really done a fantastic job, like being a captain of a ship here, where emotions are up and down and people are afraid. And, I was talking to somebody about this earlier today, that if we hadn't had the detonator, it's very possible that this project would fail. Nobody would know who like AJ was or is, and how EMP Money, what the hell it is. But the fact is there's always been pivoting here. There's always been innovation. And, there hasn't been any over leveraging at all, right? Like the funds are, they say safe. Like, I don't really get that, but, the funds are safe. They're well managed. They're well taken care of. And that's the thing that I look at is like, I'm appreciative to be, a part of, all this community and everything that happens here, because just looking at like the train wreck around us, and, everybody is frightened because it truthfully, it always looks like the end of crypto when this stuff is going on. And, I'm sure a part of like American politics is playing into this and everything, and with the elections and everything today. But I'm happy to be here, because I can always, I can look and I can say, okay, cool. I'm still earning. I'm still, I'm still learning. And that's what I'm looking for, is that we're just doing we're all just doing kind of a little part to push us forward and push us through the FUD, because it doesn't matter if the FUD is on a micro level or a macro level. FUD is FUD. And we just have to do our own part to keep a level head and keep rowing in that direction and roll out of the storm. And eventually, we saw it a few weeks ago, Bitcoin or Ethereum pumped. Now it's back down a little bit, but it's going to go back up. But, in between the ups and the downs, we're still earning, and then making sure that we're acquiring more knowledge to understand, like, so we don't freak out, like when we see the big wave and the dip and all that we know, like, the macro market does have an impact on the token and, like Ethereum. But I mean, here's the strange thing. Like, if anybody noticed, like, ETH dropped a lot today, but Bitcoin or BNB pumped like crazy, like up to $400 today. And so just because one goes down doesn't mean they'll both go down. But the point here is to just kind of stay aware of the, like, kind of the macro conditions, but really, you should be invested in the micro conditions, because we've been in this project for 10 months in a bear market, and we've all done really, really well, better at sometimes than other, but we've kept on earning this entire time, regardless if it's, a slightly bearish, really bearish, slightly bullish in this bear market. it doesn't matter. We'll still earn. And then as long as we don't get carried away or crazy, I see us coming out the other side, and doing really well. And this is really going to be a beacon where I think we're going to be able to attract a lot of new people, because as this ship is still, rowing and sailing, I guess you don't row and sail at the same time, but the point is that I think other people are going to look and say, shit, that project is still around. I've been through like 8 projects. I should have just stayed there. And I think there's going to be a good marketing push to look at, to get that exposure out there so people can see like this project is still surviving. We're still thriving here. And then still innovating and developing. And, we're here every day. That's the thing.
Yeah, Bull, no doubt, man. Man, that was amazing. Again, the words of wisdom from Bull, there's a lot to unpack there. I want to comment on about 3 or 4 things that you said that are just absolute gems that I think people may not have listened. If they're paying attention, they know exactly where I'm going with this. But first of all, like Bull said, it has been an absolute train wreck in DeFi. Again, I mean, large protocols that have had ton of investment and momentum are literally rugging or just disappearing. Instead of teams pivoting, they're closing up shop, and we're not that. We're the exact opposite of that. We are pivoting. We're trying to come up with other ways to make the protocol even stronger. And like Bull said, if we can have, even right now, we've had a massive pullback. We still have $17 million of TVL. We have, between all of our tokens, we have well over, what, last I looked, like $9 million of liquidity between everything. And Bull made another amazing point about Detonator and our reactor and all of our Detonator as a service contracts. Those are a saving grace in times like these. I mean, yeah, does daily burst go down? Absolutely. If daily volume drops off and, people are claiming, then that is what happens. But the fact that we have been able to have multi-million dollars of locked liquidity with our EMP token and the eShare BNB reactor pool, that is what keeps us alive during times like these. Again, we planned for the future, even from the very, very beginning, because we always want to be as conservative as we possibly can be while offering sustainable yields. We're not 2% a day, we're not 3% a day, but those projects that are offering that, they have a very short runway. They might only be around a month, and if you're earning 2% a day and the project rugs, then that is zero, and now you're actually in the hole because now you have no money, period. So those are a lot of things I think people lose sight of, especially in DeFi, because everybody's trying to go to the next best thing or the next shiny object. But like Bill said, people are going to say, man, EMP is still alive and been paying, 0.2 to 1% a day. I mean, that's pretty amazing. Had I just stayed with EMP from the beginning, I would be way ahead, and that's really what we're trying to drive home. Another point Bull made was about Ethereum mainnet. So yeah, this project probably would not have done as well on ETH mainnet, especially now that we've moved to proof of stake on ETH, the fees have gotten a little bit better, but there had been no way in hell, with a $30 gas fee, that we would have been able to operate on ETH.
Man,
Yeah.
we've been getting murdered verbally for a 30-cent gas fee. I mean, could you imagine a $30 or a $12 gas fee?
Totally, Bull.
I couldn't imagine it, man. Like,
Yeah, no doubt, brother. So, but that being said, we are working on some really awesome stuff, and I'll give a little bit more alpha at the end of this AMA. We have some ideas to not only attract money from Ethereum, but also bring in a lot of new blood into the ecosystem, and that is going to be a next big push for us. So we'll allude to that a little bit towards the end as well. But the point is that our track record is becoming extremely important. Meaning, even at 9 months or 10 months old, that says a lot. There are a lot of DeFi projects that never make it past 3 months or 4 months or 6 months. So as the longer we're around, the more street cred, so to speak, that we have, and that will also instill confidence in in the money that's already in DeFi. And it's been tough. I mean, we've literally seen 90% of money exit DeFi, and that's, we're already in our own little bubble. So to not have that fresh funds, and have the market continue to bleed out, we are still looking extremely strong. So yeah, are we affected by the market dumps? Absolutely. But overall, we are still extremely strong with a ton of liquidity. Again, our liquidity is more than most projects' entire TVL or market cap, for that matter. So that's pretty amazing. And so yeah, all of those things add up. Again, we're not bragging, we're not being boastful. We're literally stating the facts that make EMP different and why EMP will be here, regardless. So. All right. Again, and it's safe. I know. Yeah. Our detonator code is closed source. I know that makes some people nervous, but we are in the process of getting it audited by a paladin. That should be done hopefully by the end of the month. And that I think will also give a lot of confidence to the detonator contracts. But regardless, I mean, we've never had an exploit. We've never had downtime. We've met every deadline that we possibly, could have met. Every time we announce something, we hit it right on the nose. So again, it's just been absolutely amazing. What we're building here, and we have the best dev in the business, Jake, just crushing it. So all of this is why we are a safe haven in DeFi, while other protocols, are can't really say the same. So. And it's not a competition either. Again, that there are a lot of other protocols that are doing amazing things. MDB, Hypermine, XRO, XPerfs, those guys, Splinterlands, like there's a ton of crypto projects that are doing amazing things, and we don't want to take that away from them either. It's just we need to stick together as a collective of projects that are here for the right reasons. And so again, that's part of our mission at EMP too. So, one thing too about PEG, yeah, we have definitely slipped, but a lot of that, is also because of the market, not necessarily because people have lost faith in EMP. There are people with massive portfolios that try to swing trade ETH, or swing trade, EMP and eShare, but doing that is gonna get you wrecked. I mean, I was looking at a wallet today that was trying to swing trade eShare, and they just got destroyed. So the idea is that you want to be here for the long run. I said it on our AMA yesterday. Our protocol, rewards the patient and transfers value from the impatient to the patient. So as long as you're accumulating EMP, you're accumulating eShare, you're yielding. That is the true power of our ecosystem. Not just trying to swing trade or get in and get out at a quick profit, because that is a lot more risky, and 9 times out of 10 it will end very badly for you. So again, just that's why EMP with our closed loop economy is much different than just trying to buy a token and hope that it goes up in value to be able to profit. The best thing we could see is EMP stay at the peg, based on ETH, and then yield the entire time. And again, the last two AMAs we talked about, why you don't want to sell EMP, what you can do with your EMP, and how you profit through eShare. So please go through and watch all of those videos again over the last 2 days. That will really help you, learn everything that we're saying. So, and now more than ever, we just have to get the word out. Again, I think, a lot of people in our ecosystem are all in with us, which is awesome. I mean, we obviously don't ever invest more than you can afford to lose, and we don't want people to just keep, accumulating if they don't have the funds to do so. But we can bring in new blood, and that's going to be the next initiative for us here at EMP, trying to bring in new investors, especially people that might not be as familiar with DeFi, and really making it easy for them to get involved. So it's easy to share, the success of EMP. Even if, again, peg goes up, peg goes down, daily burst goes up, daily burst goes down. Over the long run, I'd say that the majority of people here have won the longer they're here. So that is another bonus of what we're doing. It's not 1, 2, 3% per day, but it is consistent and sustainable. So, and you go to sleep at night, not not waking up the next day to, a rug or anything like that. So really, it's exciting what we are building. But Bull, anything you want to add to that?
No, well, sure. How much value is it to you that like trust? And it's going to be different to everybody, but like I've told AJ, a number of times, like for me, just because of the way I grew up, I value loyalty above everything else. And I think a lot of other people do too, and you're going to hold it in varying different like degrees or whatever, but you don't have to blindly trust somebody either. Like you can see like their actions, and like actions, that saying, actions speak louder than words. And that's something I look at, like for the people, that show up here every day. I always want to acknowledge like those people that I see show up every day, because it's important, especially digitally, remotely, to like acknowledge people, because we can't give that person that pat on the back, when there's a job well done. But it's something that like I really value, because just so many times, like in crypto, you feel alone and just completely disconnected from things. So to see somebody show up every day to answer questions, to be there, like, one of the people I think is like the most amazing in the channel is Stinky Beans, and he probably doesn't get the credit like that he deserves, because like sometimes I'm like, I don't think this guy ever sleeps, because he's like everywhere. Like he's answering at 4 a.m, 4 p.m, 8 a.m, and I'm just like, amazing. Like just it makes me feel good, because like I know that like questions aren't going to go unanswered, and if they do, it isn't very long, because there's somebody that's always there to show up. And to me, that's really reassuring, because I'm sure everybody here is part of both DeFi projects or crypto projects where they've invested, and like you go in that channel, and it's like there's no activity. It's like a ghost town, and you're just like, hello, is anybody there? And I mean, you don't really have to do that. You can just look at the time and see if people are posting. But the time when people disappear, the bear market is that time when people tend to disappear. Everybody is a crypto expert in the bull market, because everything is a green candle and they look like geniuses. But it's the people that stay around and build and work, and not just build the protocol, but build those relationships and build trust. And they build rapport with people, so that it's here in the bear market. And that really has to mean something, because it's like the time in your life where you're going through that struggle. And you might have people that are friends that that disappear during that time, but you have those 1 or 2 really good friends that are always there, regardless if it's up or down. But they're especially there in the time like that you need them. And so for me, to see somebody that's always there, that's always helping, and we do know that those people that are here. So that's something that's really important to me. But you have to determine like the kind of value you place on that, the ability to go to sleep and say, okay, cool, the project's, I know it's going to still be here. Like, I feel terrible for the people that are in projects, and they're just wondering, is today going to be the day? Is it going to happen today? And they wake up that next morning or whatever, or whenever they wake up from a nap or whatever it be, and then they see, oh shit, withdrawal stopped, and that's like the telltale sign. Like all the people that were like at FTX, that were, or the people that are on like a DeFi project that halted withdrawals. What was that, 2 days ago? It's a terrible feeling, right? Like, because I've been there, trust me. Like, I can't, I could tell you how many times I've left money on exchanges that just disappeared. And you go to, you log in the website and there's that 404 and you're like, huh, what the hell's going on? But, for me, I just look at, what is the value of trust to you? I don't know. It's just something that you'll have to figure out for yourself.
Totally, Bull. Well, and again, I know a lot of you have expressed, amazing support. Crypto Playmaker just typed, it's AMAs like this that help us all get through the bear market. And it's true. I mean, again, I'm an OG. This is my third bear cycle, really two and a half. I came in on a bear cycle. And, it's scary, especially the first one. But it's like that meme where it's like it looks over and they say, "Is this your first time?" The more you do it, the more you go through these bear cycles, you have even more instilled confidence that it will return. And again, crypto is too big to fail. I know. That was a words of death. There it is. Charlie just put the meme of the guys being hung. But yeah, I mean, I know in the big bank error of the last financial crisis, that terminology was used as well. Banks being too big to fail, and they did. But crypto is on a whole nother level. Crypto is a global currency, a global economy, and even the U.S. I read an article yesterday where the U.S. is like the number 3 holder of all Bitcoin. You think they're gonna let that fail? I mean, that is an amazing revenue stream for them. By all the Bitcoin they seized from the Silk Road and whatever else. So my point is that there's too much money to be made for these big, decision makers. That crypto is not going to be a thing. Will it be regulated? Absolutely, and we welcome that regulation. I think regulation is what is missing from the crypto space, obviously. Some people think it's a good thing. I personally don't. I think once we see regulation, that is when, crypto becomes the 12th sector, and we see literally trillions of dollars pouring into crypto. So, it is scary times. We're not out of the woods. We could see another major dip from here. I like that we are getting another big dip because that was always, I think we always have to have a double bottom, or a really what they call a Judas candle, where we go all the way down. Maybe Bitcoin touches 11K, 12K. Even if it's a wick, then we can really be prepared for ultimate liftoff. And usually it also revolves around the Bitcoin halving as well. So we do have probably another year of uncertainty. But those of you, again, building now are in an amazing position for the next cycle. And that is where all the money is truly made, when you're buying now and then selling when everybody is quitting their jobs to go into crypto. That is when you want to be taking profit. So, and we're going to be here with you the entire time, reminding everybody of that. Again, not financial advice, just as a community, what we're all going through together. So, all right.
So
Yeah, go ahead.
can
Yeah,
I can
sure,
I
Bill.
ask you a question on something you said before?
For sure, brother. Go ahead.
Thank you. You had said when your grandma asks you about Bitcoin, that's the time to sell. Now, are you selling your Bitcoin to your grandma, or are you selling it
Yes.
to someone else?
Yeah, hey, if you're James Pelton, you might sell it to your grandma. But no, we love James. I'm giving him a hard time. But yeah, I guess that just depends on what kind of person you are, Bull. But no, absolutely. I mean, again, when everybody's at the dinner table, I doubt it will be this Thanksgiving and Christmas or whatever holiday you celebrate around this time. Everybody's gonna just saying, "Man, I lost my ass in crypto." So we should see another dump around that. But yeah, typically, when things are pumping, your mom, your grandma calls you and says, "Hey, I heard about this Bitcoin. How do I get involved?" That is usually a sign of a market top. And that's exactly what happened when we saw, Bitcoin at the last all-time high. Everybody was on, the CNBC all over the place. That is usually a sign that we're at the top. We sell at the top, and then we relax and accumulate. I mean, again, just because you sell at the top doesn't mean you have to be done with crypto. It's about using your assets to build more yielding assets. So again, that's how I've made all my wealth in crypto, is not holding ETH or BTC or any blue chips. It's by investing into projects that produce a yield. And that is what, again, EMP is at its core. So absolutely, Bull. Sorry, was there something else? I think I cut you off.
Nope, nope. I just wanted to hear what you're going to do with your grandma. So
Yeah, no doubt. Well, I love my grandma, so I might just give her some Bitcoin. How about that? But yeah. But and Wesley says, AJ, what is the process involved in getting a fiat on-ramp set up? Yeah, that is definitely in the cards. We've reached out to a few people. Unfortunately, we don't have a money exchange license, and that is something that would come way later for us. But we have been in touch with third-party services that offer fiat on-ramps, so that is something that is, in the roadmap. Um, we just, we haven't gotten to that point yet. So, and really, again, I mean, we want to have that capability when the next bull market hits, because that's really when the money pours in. I think all of us that are here now are getting as much money in as we can through traditional means, on ramping. But yeah, that is definitely something we're looking into. So it does sound it's harder than it sounds, because again, there are third-party services, but they're really expensive. They take a large portion of the volume, so we just have to do what makes sense. But all right, cool. What else? There was a few other points I wanted to make. Bear with me here. Oh, so what was? Man, I can't remember off the top of my head. But anyway, Bull, before I get to a little more alpha, was there anything else you wanted to go over that we skipped? I know and LA might be here soon. I know she had a commitment a little bit earlier. I don't know if
yeah,
she's on.
she's here right now. She is listening.
All right, yeah, she may join us later. I know she was listening in, but I think she's on another call too. But never a dull moment. Even when we're on the AMAs, we're working behind the scenes. So, all right, then I can just jump right into a little more alpha again. That was
I
the
am
yep.
here if you need me. I ran away for a second.
All right, no worries, LA. I'll throw to you in a minute. I just wanted you to talk about the Medium article and Digicom, but we have time. I want to go over a few more things first. So yeah. Again, not financial advice, but now is the time to accumulate. That has been something that we've talked about the entire time on all these AMAs, and so not financial advice, but uh, we have so many things set up for the future, and one of those things, again, another little gem that Bull alluded to earlier in the AMA, we have something special coming for eShares. So this is a super alpha drop right now. All of you are hearing it. We're not going to tell you what it is yet, but eShares could be getting even more valuable with a new use case that we are bringing for eShare. So hopefully by the end of the week, we'll have more announcements on that. But don't say we didn't, warn you. There could be some major earning potential on eShare without having to sell your eShare. So we're excited for that coming. And again, I know everybody's, wanting us to be a peg, but even at, 0.75, zero point 0.7, anywhere in here, it is what it is. The market took a huge dump, and that's not necessarily people dumping EMP. As I said in the AMA yesterday, when ETH drops as well, that does have an effect on PEG. buying and selling volume on peg is really the number one, metric. But when we have a large dip in a short amount of time, that also puts a big red candle on the peg without actually having that volume to back it up. So in other words, the charts are very deceiving because we're paired with Ethereum. When there's a big dump on ETH, that the chart looks like a major sell-off, but in reality, it may have been a very tiny sell-off. It's just that that candle's a lot bigger because ETH had the drop, not necessarily EMP. So, that's why again we say don't really focus on the charts. You got to focus on the peg ratio and the LP, the amount of liquidity backing EMP, which again is massive. Uh, 3 million bucks, I think, or more actually, between the farms and Detonator. I mean, last I looked before the big dump, it was 11 million. So I think probably more like 9 million right now, which again, that's more than most market caps of all entire DeFi projects. So, all right, yep, keep an eye out for that. eShare going to be an awesome announcement on eShare coming. So, we're always, again, working behind the scenes, and we have a ton coming. Again, by the end of the month, we also will have another major announcement that all of you have been asking for. And both of those things still don't take into account the final form. So the end of this year is going to be massive. Again, we try to underpromise and overdeliver. It could be much sooner than the end of the year, but we have awesome plans coming that is going to be super beneficial to the entire ecosystem. So, LA, are you there yet, or are you still busy?
I'm here.
All right, so can you go over your amazing Medium article and Digicon? If you could go over both of those, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, so we have a new Medium article that just dropped yesterday. Just kind of letting the world know about how kick-ass we are and all the amazing things that have been happening lately, especially highlighting the mint of the Sentinel Squadron NFTs and basically the largest independent NFT mint in BNB Chain history. I would love if you can go and do your 50 claps and comments and share, retweet, do all the things. Not because I want the article to get lots of claps, but because I would love for people that are out there searching for a safe haven to invest in right now to see the stats of the fact that we have been able to make a comeback in the middle of a bear market when everyone else is struggling, to see the fact that we're out here breaking records in the middle of a market where other people are crumbling around us, to see the fact that we're one of the most trusted DeFi projects out there. There's a lot of great facts and figures in there that I would love to have lots of eyeballs on. So if you can help us share that out, that would be amazing. I'll go ahead and post the links in the groups right now. And then we also have Digicon coming up. I can't believe it's already been a couple months since the last one, but Digicon 12 is coming up on the 18th to 20th of November. AJ is going to be speaking at 3 p.m. on the 19th, which is the Saturday. He's one of the main events again. And we're going to be doing it up big again. We've got EMP Hall again. We loved it last time, and we thought it was a great opportunity to advertise all the amazing things we've got going on at EMP. And it's going to be perfect timing for some of these things that AJ was just alluding to. So it's going to be a great marketing opportunity. It was a ton of fun. We had a great turnout last time, so we're going to amp it up even more this time.
Absolutely, LA, no doubt. We're super excited. Again, we're doing a lot of outside the box marketing. I think a lot of you saw the success that week long AMA run between our AMAs and standalone videos. We had about 30 YouTubers cover us with a combined audience of more than 3 million people. And so we're learning from that. We're seeing what works and what doesn't work, and we have some really interesting outside the box marketing ideas coming. And again, Digicon is just one of those. We're really getting deeper and deeper involved in the Splinterlands ecosystem and play to earn games. I made some alpha on this a while ago. We'll be releasing a full report at the end of the month, but EMP has been accumulating Splinterlands assets. So those are not assets that I own or that anybody owns that other than EMP. So all of you own those assets, and those assets are being rented out right now. Again, through another partner or upcoming partner of ours, Splex, and that is a revenue stream for EMP. So not only are we acquiring assets in Splinterlands, which again, they could be sold, for potentially more than what we bought them for. So that's amazing. But they're also assets that produce yield by renting them to other players. So we'll have a full report on that at the end of the month. Based on what we were able to accumulate, but that's also super promising to help us, maintain PEG because everything that yields, a portion will be put back into, uh, um, building our account, and another portion will be used to just buy and burn EMP. So all of that is exciting. Again, we're doing a lot of things outside the box that will continue to help us grow even during a bear market. We're not relying on a bull market to succeed. Yeah, a bull market would definitely help. Again, new blood is amazing, but we're doing everything we can to bring that new blood now and not worry about waiting another month, 2 months, 6 months, a year for a bull market to hit. So, and part of that as well, speaking of outside the box marketing, is our announcement with Rarity Sniper. So this is only a few more days away. Again, we'll be announcing our partnership with Rarity Sniper. They are ranking all of our NFTs, the Sentinel Squadrons, based on rarity. And again, the way we did the mint, it was all at random. So some of the most rare NFTs may not be the most flashy NFTs. So who knows? One of you may have, one of those rare NFTs right now that based on the trait combination, is a top 10 rarity. And you wouldn't know it by, it having all the traits. It's a matter of what was actually the most rare from the mint. So all that info will be coming out. We're super excited, and I think they have over 500,000 monthly visitors. So that will be even more eyeballs on our project. But go ahead, Bull.
Yeah, no, I was gonna make a joke. That Uber legendary rare one is going to be like that shitty old pickup truck that nobody cares about until they need to move, they need the yard work done. That thing that nobody wants parked in their driveway, but it does all the dirty work. And so it's actually the most valuable vehicle around. It ain't that $100,000 Tesla, it's that junky old pickup truck. So
Yeah.
show the pickup truck some love, people. Don't hate on it.
Yeah, no doubt, Bull. It's funny you say that because yeah, I know. Again, they don't really release the info to us either. But based on what I know from the mint, there may be a few that don't have a lot of that, bling, so to speak. With the special laser eyes and the crazy background and the golden ticket. I mean, those are all rare traits, but some were minted that have a combo of traits that are really rare. And so yeah, like Bill said, it may be one that you don't even pay attention to in your wallet that may actually be one of the most rare out of our mint. So yeah, pretty awesome stuff. So I'm excited to see all that info go live, and who knows, maybe the treasury will try to buy some of those. Even the floor price has been holding strong. Obviously the market's dumped, which hurts the price of eShare, which then pushes the APR down. But even now, I mean, the floor price is still above, what the mint price was. And for being a week in, that's pretty powerful, and theoretically, it will only go up over time because the treasury will always be accumulating the cheap NFTs off the market from here on out. So again, another amazing opportunity through those NFTs. But all right, I think that really wraps up all the alpha for today. I want to end with a giveaway, but before I get to that, Bull or LA or anybody else want to add to what we talked about or have any last minute questions? We have time for about 2 or 3.
Hello.
Hey, Kirk, what's up, brother? How are you?
I'm good. How are you? Of
Good, man. You want to plug the academy? I know people have been
course.
super excited for the brand new site with the no sign up required, all the info you could ever want. So yeah, man, go ahead. Oh, you there, Kirk?
It looks like you got muted, Kirk. Okay. Oh, no worries, buddy. Just hit that unmute.
Oh, there he is.
Oh,
There you are.
so
That's all right, Kirk. Go ahead, man.
yeah, yeah. Traffic has been really good, and it's great. And for those of you who may not have seen it cycle through, we added a new functionality today to the site where all 4 of the DOS contracts, DIS, Detonator Service contracts, are now in the sniping section. So you'll be able to follow along, not just with Detonator and Reactor, but also with Generator and Cultivator, and also added the functionality to let you download that data as a CSV file so that you can do your own, whatever it is you want to do with that information. So we added that in today, so that's cool, and people are liking that. And then I believe tomorrow we're going to have some solid news at the AMA tomorrow about the launch of the Splinterlands training courses. So look forward to that tomorrow.
Amazing. There you go. Some more alpha. I know. Yeah, we had one last minute video that Steve and Kirk and I were proofing. I think that video is actually going to be added to some bonus content. It's that yeah, it's that good, right,
Yes.
Kirk? Yeah,
Yeah. That's what I was going to say next. Yeah, the course, the training course itself is 5 videos. And then when you complete the 5, it's kind of like the main core academy. There's little quizzes that go along with it. Once you complete those 5, you get your certificate, and you also unlock bonus content. And the first one is going to be this number 6 video, which has a lot to do with how to make money in Splinterlands.
I love it. Yeah, brother. No doubt, Kirk. So yeah, we didn't want to overwhelm everybody. We wanted the first core videos to be the groundwork, and then if you complete all that, then you get the super alpha, juicy number 6 video that Steve did a great job on. That really does a deep dive on actually how to profit from Splinterland. So, and by completing that academy, again, it's an academy within an academy, so to speak. You'll get another certificate for completing it, and we will have perks for that as well. If you want to be part of our guild, you'll have to end up completing that. Maybe we do some tournaments that are specific to those that have completed the Splinterlands courses. We have a lot of awesome things we can do. Maybe even airdrop you some cards based on you completing it, and a random giveaway on that too. So again, everything we do here, you are getting paid to learn, or you earn while you learn. So it does, benefit you to learn the academy, both EMP and now the Splinterlands content as well, that will be going live in the next day or 2. So, all right, awesome, Kirk. Thanks, brother. Any other news, or was that it?
Well, that was it.
All right, thanks, bro. So yeah, keep an eye out on that tomorrow. Go ahead, Bull. Yeah.
Okay. So we have one, Mr. Machik is going to ask a question on voice, and then if you could just answer Goopy here on Telegram. Any future plans to utilize the detonator multiplier for deposits?
Yeah, totally. So we have purposely not put the multiplier in place. However, we are discussing that behind the scenes now. We feel like we have some other solutions in place, or being able to be put in place before we do the multiplier. Because you also have to realize the multiplier is a double-edged sword. Like, once we implement the multiplier, you know, it could potentially dilute those that are claiming. But if you're claiming at a detonator more than compounding, then you almost deserve to be diluted. So we are exploring all that. We'll make an announcement before doing it as well. But again, the idea is that you compound more than you claim in detonator, and I see it firsthand. I mean, we've done a bunch of market research on wallets, and even though the pool balance is going down, if you're continuing to compound, not only is your daily burst maintaining, if not maybe even going up a little bit, but your pool share is also growing, and that is why detonator is designed the way it is to, I said it earlier, it's to transfer value from the impatient to the patient. So, those that got into detonator have just been claiming every day. And even if you've been compounding and seeing your daily burst go down, that is inevitable because the pool balance is going down. But once the pool balance starts going up again, your daily burst will be exponentially bigger than what it was to begin with. And that is just the power of compound interest. And, it's not a prisoner's dilemma or any of the things that we see people FUD about. It's simply, a game that you have to know the rules to play by to experience the most gains. And again, maybe, you have to try to snipe again or compound to win the lottery. Like those two things are also really important to maximizing your earnings. So we can do a whole AMA on detonator again and all the detonator as a service contracts. But once the ecosystem, we get through all that we've been building, already now, I mean, when we were back getting closer to peg and eShare was up, we had just started to rehypothecate as well. So we have funds that can bolster detonator. We have all of this in place. Again, we just have to get there. So, yeah, hopefully that helps. That answer, Bull? Anything you want to add to that?
Shoot, mute. No, that was perfect.
Okay.
I seeing the impact of it on the reactor, but it's nice to have a little bit of variance and have tools to work and try other things that can accomplish the same type of goals as that. But I don't know. I think you pretty much nailed it. I don't think I have anything to add. So you could probably go to Mr. Machik. I think he's rare and ready to go for it with his question.
All right, awesome. Mr. Masha, go ahead, brother. How are you?
Hey, good. How you doing, AJ?
Good, man. Really good, bro. So yeah, man, what's
Good.
up? Yeah.
I have just a question about it's like a numerous part question, but all related to the same thing of really rehypothecation and also the partners that we have, the DOS partners. If I'm not into them, I'm not in those programs, but
For sure.
if they have their own farms, is that something that you've never talked about it? So well, at least not that I've heard. Is that something that you'll be doing, or that EMP will be doing, is rehypothecating for them as well? But also just kind of wondering what's going on with rehypothecation of the detonator and reactor. Obviously can't be rehypothecated because we don't have that farm anymore.
Yes, so amazing, amazing, amazing question. So everybody listen up because again, this is like something that, I think we don't talk about enough, and that is, maybe a fault of mine. So we love it when people come on and ask the right question. So yes, the rehypothecation is extremely important. And so what rehypothecation is, again, I think a lot of people don't even know what that word is. Basically, it's a way for us to use the LP in any of our detonator as a service farms or contracts to be able to yield more fresh capital. So the idea is, when eShare is healthy enough to facilitate more volume, right now with eShare being down, we don't do it because it dilutes the farm even more. But the idea is that we are able to actually apply our LP in detonator onto the eShare being, onto the EMP ETH farm where we're getting a portion of that e-share emission to the farm that is then used to add LP, actual EMP ETH LP, into the contract without having to pay it back to whoever deposits because it's fresh capital. So this is what makes all the Detonator as a service contracts not Ponzi schemes because it's actual new volume entering these contracts over time. Now, unfortunately, we haven't seen the full potential of that because the e-share price and peg just haven't been healthy enough for us to do that. However, when we removed the e-share BNB farm, a few weeks ago, a part of those allocation is now going to the treasury, which will then be used to again rehypothecate, but not it's basically the same thing without really being the same thing, meaning we're able to use a portion of those shares to then go and add more eShare BNB LP into Detonator as we go as well. So that is already happening, and because we got rid of the farm, that is a lot easier option for us because the eShares are more accessible without diluting the farm because there is no more farm. So that same concept can also be applied to Detonator, with those e-shares as well. They could be sold and then bought EMP ETH LP to go in. So that is another option in Detonator as well. And then as far as the partners, yeah, another amazing question. So yes, the LP in Generator, which is our SPS BNB pool, that has been accumulating SPS the entire time. Now, the Splinterlands team has to manually credit that because it's a smart contract and not a wallet address. But even if you hold SPS BNB in your wallet, you're accumulating SPS through the Splinterlands interface. So if you link your wallet to your in-game account at Splinterlands, and you've been holding SPS BNB LP, you probably have SPS waiting to be claimed. So make sure all of you go do that. But yeah, I mean that could be, again, I don't even have a number for you, but we could potentially have literally 1 million SPS based on what has been accumulated. So the devs are working on that on their side. But once that is in place, then now we have SPS to either bolster the generator contract or trade that SPS with the EMP that Splinterlands has been accumulating through our partnership on using EMP as an in-game asset. So that those things are super important because we're able to basically OTC or over-the-counter trade treasury to treasury, which helps not only the price of EMP but also the price of SPS because there's no sell volume. So again, really important stuff. And then finally, XRO. Yeah, I mean we the pool balance in growth on Cultivator has been doing fine on its own, but ultimately, yeah, I mean there's definitely a possibility that we work with XRO or growth DeFi to see what would be most beneficial to them. And then, yeah, we could potentially make, a yield on that LP to then go back into that contract as well. So hopefully that helped. Bull, I don't know if you have a better way of simplifying everything I just said. I know it can be complicated, what rehypothecation is. But yeah, bro, go ahead.
Nah, Machek's a super brain. He gets it. It's obviously you're instead of having those idle resources, you're putting them to work in a number of different ways. Potentially, right? The yield by placing it on the farm and earning the yield, and then making sure that your assets are always in movement, because the important thing to remember in DeFi or any here, everything is you have the ability to earn daily. So not being able to utilize it can hurt. But like in relation to like the Detonator LP, we can't really put that on the farm because that would wreck the APR for all the other people that are on that farm, and that just wouldn't be fair. But that's why it's, you know, so crucial to get the eShare price up so that we can absolutely put that on there and rehypothecate, because clearly, like I just said, we want to be able to, you know, put those assets to use, and whenever they're sitting idle, like it's wasted opportunity. But it's that everything in DeFi is really kind of that double-edged sword. And yeah, like it could be, all of it could be lopped on the farm, but then, you know, there would be a dramatic decrease for all the people on the farm, and those people might flee the farm. And obviously, you know, there's always finding the balance to make sure that the ecosystem is both healthy, but the investors here that are the ecosystem, like, are earning too, and that they're being rewarded for their investment of, you know, both money and time here. So I don't know if that helps, but
Yeah, no, absolutely, Bull. And I think too, you know, the thing to take home on this is that we have options. I mean, you know, having options is absolutely crucial in DeFi, where you have to be able to pivot, you have to be able to, you know, put idle assets and capital to work. And we've built all the mechanisms, or as Bull likes to say, the levers. We can pull a bunch of different levers. We just have to make sure that, you know, pulling those levers is still healthy and responsible for the ecosystem overall. So, you know, who knows? Maybe down the road, you know, there's another earning opportunity through LP that we're able to take some LP out of, you know, the contracts, and rehypothecate to yield even more. So we have that ability, which is super bullish. But still the trust, you know, behind the LP being protocol owned liquidity, that isn't just going to disappear, or, you know, like a lot of these other projects, you know, get completely wrecked, because there's a run on the bank, and everybody sells. You know, through Detonator and Reactor, there's only so much sell pressure that can be coming out, even if every single person claimed on, you know, one particular day. That's still only, you know, about 3% of the overall pool balance, that could potentially be sell pressure. So all of that makes us really, really unique and really sustainable. Again, I'll say it over and over and over again. We are building the most sustainable passive income platform in DeFi, and that is the goal here at EMP, with exposure to ETH and now exposure to BNB, which has been an absolute monster. So, all right, I think that is going to wrap it up. I want to give away our eShare BNB before we go. But Bull or LA, any last minute things? I know we have another meeting as well, so I don't want to go too much longer, but go ahead, Bull or LA.
I think we're good.
All right, awesome. Well, again, if we didn't get to your question, please make sure you write it in the comments of YouTube. That is the best way and guarantee that we'll see it, as well as boost our engagement. And before we give away another, you know, what is it, $70, something like that, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube page as well. Numbers are looking great, engagement is looking great. And all right, without further ado, let's give away some eShare BNB LP. One moment here while I pull up the Wheel of Fortune, or Wheel of what? You had a good name for it, Bull. That wasn't copyright infringement, probably. The Wheel of yeah,
The Wheel of the Fortunate.
there you go. The Wheel of Fortune. Here we go. All right, one more moment. Here we go. All right, here it is, the Wheel of the Fortunate. I love it, Bull. So again, if you have completed our academy, you will automatically be eligible for this giveaway. Shout out to Gene, one of our longtime community members, has amazing success in EMP and through the opportunities he was given here, and decided to give back to the community through this giveaway. So we'll be giving away 0.1 eShare BNB LP every single day to one lucky winner that has completed the academy. All you have to do is fill out your wallet address in your profile of the academy, and it will automatically update this wheel every day. So here we go. Good luck, everybody. All right, there is our winner, Ray. Maybe Bartertown Ray, who knows? But Ray is the winner. C90A. Congrats to them. You will be getting a 0.1 eShare BNB LP right to your wallet. So there you go. All right, everybody. Hang on 1 minute. As much as I would love to continue listening to this awesome music. All right, there you go. So congrats to them. Again, that will automatically show up in your wallet. Don't get scammed. I know even during this live stream, we saw some scammers on Telegram. Remember, nobody will ever DM you. Make sure it's definitely one of our admins and ask publicly for confirmation if you think it's sketchy. We'll never ask you to give us any sort of money or password or seed phrase or connect to any other website other than EMP that is in all of our socials. You can confirm the actual URL is the right one. So all right, awesome, everybody. Well, again, the market is pretty bloody, but when there's blood in the streets, those are the times to accumulate. Not financial advice, simply an OG crypto veteran giving you some real world experience. But all right, everybody, we will see you same time, same place in about 24 hours. So good night, good day. We'll see you tomorrow.